Hi guys, this is Kman, and I've decided to do a video update for you guys today. I've been getting a lot of requests to do a proper update with me speaking out what equipment I'm using, lighting, and the corals that I have, the fish. So here we are today. I'll do that, and hopefully I'm going to try and make this video pretty short so that I don't bore you guys or anything like that. So let me start by saying this aquarium is a 220 gallon. It's a custom made Miracles aquarium here in Toronto. It measures 48 inches by 36 deep, and the height is 27 inches high. And it has Eurobraced and Starphire front glass, which is 3/4 inch thick, and the sides are 5/8. I'm very happy with this tank. Very heavy, but nonetheless, the fish are very happy and lots of room to put corals and aquascapes and all that. And I got the design from Marineland design, but I didn't really like the overflow that they had built in the tank. It was a 2 corner flows, and I didn't really like that design, so I had Miracles custom made this one, which has a external overflow in the back and 2 drain lines, and this one has 2 return lines as well. I'm very satisfied with the build. So the other thing I want to point out is the lighting. As you can see, I have 2 large DIY fixture on both sides. They are from reefledlights.com down in the US. I've built these it's been around I think 3 years now, and I've had just success with them. The SPS, the LPS and softies just do really well on them, and the color ratio is just amazing. It's a 3:1 royal blue to 1 blue ratio. I've had fantastic growth with it. Color of the corals really pop, and I'm very satisfied with their lighting as well. And because I have a large footprint to cover, I could have gone 3 panels with the Reef LED light fixtures, but I just upgraded with those 2 AIs that you guys see in the middle. I was a bit lazy to go and make another DIYs, although I could have bought a full fixture from Reef LED Lights, but I went this way instead. But nonetheless, they're great fixtures, great results with them, and I think it looks pretty professional either way. And also, I got the rail kit that mounts both lights on them. So now I'm going to do an update for the equipment, and then we'll move on to the corals and get a closer shot at the corals. So now with an update on the skimmer that I'm using. It's a SKIMZ SM252 Monster series. It's a pretty big skimmer, as you can see here. Large area for reaction time in the chamber. 2 pumps driven from I think they're E-Himes, and it works really well. It takes out a lot of stuff. And for the cup, it's a huge cup, but I have it drained to a separate container, so I don't really fill the cup as much. But so that's this skimmer, and it handles pretty well the load that I have. I'm very satisfied with it. And as you can see here, I dump it into this little container here, but so that's that. Next shot, I'll try and get a good shot of the back of my aquarium where you could see the overflow. I'm not sure how well that's going to turn out, so stay tuned. Okay, so what we're looking at here is my external overflow. You can see those pipes and stuff like that. Those are just to hold the insert in place. Nothing fancy. And I believe this is a Durso design with a tube here for the air intake so it doesn't make the noise, the bubbling noise. It's very quiet. And I'm not sure if you're going to see the waterfall. I tried to aim for about an inch drain, an inch drop, so the water doesn't splash as much. So that's why it's pretty quiet. And the piping, you got the return lines. That's my vortex right here. And we got bulkheads. Those are bulkheads for the drain lines. And it goes down all the way to the bottom of my sump. I have two of these things. So we're going to go and get a front shot again. And we're going to go look at the sump. It's going to be a bit shaky here, but that's alright. So we're going to look under my cabinetry, and we have, well, first of all, we have dozers. That's what I have for dosing my magnesium, alkalinity, and calcium. And the second doser that I bought was for additives. I'm using the Fauna Marin Ultra Power Trace 1 to 4, and that's just adding extra trace elements in my system. Everything. It's not the prettiest sump, which this is one upgrade that I haven't done yet, is to get a more professional looking sump. I've been looking at Elite Aquatics sump. They're pretty nice. They have covers and lids, and it's a really cool looking sump, so that's something I want to look into, see if I could install these on my system. So what we have under here is a 40-gallon breeder tank, and I run it halfway like this. Those two white bins you see in the back are full of Cheeto. I don't really need to have Cheeto in here, but I haven't got time to remove them yet, but they don't do any harm. The reactor you see in the back over there, that's for a Zeovit reactor, and you can see the media on the bottom. Pretty much all it is zeolite rocks. If you guys don't know a little bit about Zeovit, these rocks actually grow bacteria on them, and the reactor, has a handle on top where you need to pump that reactor every now and then to release the bacteria in your water column so that your corals can feed and such. So if you haven't heard about Zeovit, I would suggest reading a little bit on it. It's a completely different system, a little bit more expensive, a little bit more advanced. That's definitely an option to explore. We're going to go to here, which is a carbon. Well, it's a biopellet reactor, but I turned it into a carbon reactor with the baggies in there. When you run Zeovit, you're supposed to just run a just carbon only. You don't use GFO, and I'll show you some other stuff. Let me get moving here. we're gonna, well, before, let me move to the lights, give you guys a better look at the lights. This is what they look like. I'm very satisfied with these guys. I made them myself, and I know they work really well. And if you want to know the details about the lights, the brightest one on the left hand side here, that's the XPG. Next to it, the blue is a royal blue, and the white is the daylight white. Here's the AIs. And that's my fish feeder over there. It's a heated one that keeps your food nice and fresh. And I got this netting on top. It's a really good investment if you don't want to lose your fish. And I've got 2 Vortex pumps, MP40s. I find they're not strong enough to give me the flow that I need for my SPS tank, so I might be adding a few more of these guys on the side walls here to give me some more flow. Front tank again, and you can see at the back here, those are the drain, the overflow areas. Not sure if you could see. I have a feeling this video is going to be pretty long, so you guys are going to have to bear with me. Alright, so let's move to the side view here. So that's one thing I really like about the deep dimension. I have a lot of room on both sides of the front and the back, both about a foot distance for fish to swim and all that. So that's a really good feature to have. So now we're going to go to my equipment side. I'm going to start off with, these are the control panel for the LED panel, the DIY panels. So you got, I mounted them on a board with, these are the Mintronics drivers. The 2 meanwhile drivers on both sides are for the XPGs, and those are the knobs that I could control each and then individual strings of lights. Over here I got all my testing gear and my glue and whatnot. The whole system runs on a Digital Aquatics Reef Keeper Elite. I try to keep it as organized as I can, but and I have 5 power bars altogether, and every one of them is in use, except for that one here. There's a few extras available. And on this shelf we have some modules, some salinity probe, reef keeper net, SL1 modules for pH and temperature probe. And all this is connected to a laptop, which I don't have set up yet. But the laptop will be able to give me option to like modify times and control the lights pretty much, or the power bar I should say. And here, as you can see, these are the additives I'm doing. These are Zeovit additives. Let me try and get a better look here. So if you guys want some info on this, I can send you a link, or I could put the link in my description when I upload this video. And I've seen a big difference when I started using these additives for maintaining your coral's health and polyp extension, and I believe this one does reduce your nitrates and phosphates. So that's that. Oops. I'm dropping everything here. So I'm going to go one lower. And on this side I store all my bulk supply, calcium chloride and soda ash and extra additives bottles I have. I have an auto top-off system, and below it is an aquarium. It's a 20-gallon long aquarium. I think you guys will be able to see it. It's kind of dark down here, but it's for reservoir. I just put water, fresh water in here to top off, and it's going to look on. We're going to look on this side of the tank. So here, this is my return pump for the main tank. Lots of valves, lots of PVC piping, lots of wires. The pump that I'm using is a Little Giant. Fairly quiet. Pretty satisfied with it so far. It does make a little bit of noise, but you know, I plan on putting this sump in the basement, so you know, the tank will be whisper quiet once I have done this upgrade. Again, that's the reactor. I have one light down here for the sump, for the Cheeto. That's that. We're going to get a closer look at the corals and the fish. This guy's fairly new, so whole time. My friend just closed his fish tank, so I was able to buy it off of him. It's a very nice addition to the system. He's been fairly quiet. No aggression issues towards the other tanks. So that's always a good sign. I had 3 yellow tangs, and one of them died. So the 2 started fighting, so I had to take him out and put him in a frag tank. He's alone in this tank, which is alright. Got my sail fin. He's pretty big too. And got my hawkfish. It's a very good addition. Some clownfish. Here's the shrimps. I believe I got, I think, 5 of these guys in the tank. I'm not really sure how many is left. So we're going to look at some corals. So this is the growth of my red millie right under the DIY LED panels. So I'm going to go to the front. believe these are fire and ice polyps. Got some low light corals, some millies, have a blue tort. This colony right here is called magenta lowripes. Next to it there's frags of bonsai coral, what do you call that? Bonsai acro. There's another colony of garf bonsai. And this is the famous Aflo colony. I have a blue carpet anemone. Some clams. So this concludes this update. I believe thought for about 20 minutes now. So if you guys have any questions, please leave a comment. If you guys want to subscribe to my channel, go for it. I'm also on Facebook groups. I'm actually on 2 Facebook groups. One is called Saltwater Maintenance Info and Solution 101, owned by John Gomes, and the other one is owned by Tyler Johnson, Addictive Reef Keeping, short form ARC. Both good groups to ask questions and post your hobby. If you haven't, checked it out, please do so. It's a friendly community, and it's a great place to share, your knowledge and help others and stuff like that. So if you guys want to join, feel free to do so. Again, I'm KmaN. I'm administrator on both of these groups. So hopefully you guys are there and have your hobbies to share with us. And so that's it. Thank you for watching my video. Just leave a comment if you got anything, rate if you want, and that's it. Happy reefing.